Welcome back, Herbies, to the Herb and Soul Podcast. I'm your host, LaToya Renee, the herbalist, entrepreneur, and founder of Herbalistic Wellness. I'm so thrilled to have you join me for today's episode because we're diving into the roots of herbal medicine and exploring some of the fascinating history across ancient cultures. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about how herbs became such a significant part of healing, nourishment, and even spiritual practices? Today we'll journey through time, visiting the traditions of ancient Egypt, China, India, Greece, and Africa, and then connect these practices to how we use herbal medicine today. So grab your tea, settle in, and let's begin. Our journey begins in ancient Egypt, one of the cradles of civilization and a pioneer in the use of herbal medicine. Egyptians believed in the divine connection between health and nature. Imhotep, a revered physician and architect, is often considered the father of medicine. He emphasized the use of plants for healing, from aloe to juniper. Aloe, for example, was used not only for embalming, but for treating burns and moisturizing the skin. It's amazing how these plants' benefits have stood the test of time. Another staple, garlic, was given to laborers to boost their strength and immunity while they were building the pyramids. Have you ever heard of the Egyptian Ebers Papyrus, one of the oldest medical texts? It lists hundreds of herbal remedies. Herbs like coriander, fenugreek, and myrrh were frequently used for digestive issues, skin conditions, and ceremonial practice. TCM dates back over 2,000 years. TCM incorporates herbs like ginseng for energy, licorice for detoxification, and ginger for digestion. Have you ever heard of the famous text, The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Medicine? It remains a cornerstone of Chinese herbal practices. Now let's travel east to ancient China and India, where herbal medicine evolved into sophisticated systems. In China, traditional Chinese medicine, also known as TCM, dates back over 2,000 years. TCM incorporates herbs like ginseng for energy, licorice for detoxification, and ginger for digestion. Have you ever heard of the famous text, The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Medicine? It remains a cornerstone of Chinese herbal practice. In India, Ayurveda, often referred to as the science of life, introduces herbs like ashwagandha and turmeric. Ashwagandha is known for its ability to combat stress, while turmeric is celebrated for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Ayurveda also emphasizes the balance of mind, body, and spirit. These herbs and mindfulness practices are traditions that remind us that herbal medicine is not just about curing illness. It's about promoting harmony within ourselves and the world around us. Next stop, ancient Greece and Europe. Hippocrates, a Greek physician known as the father of modern medicine, famously said, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." Herbs like lavender and thyme were used for their calming and antiseptic properties. The Romans adopted many of the Greek herbal practices, adding rosemary and fennel to their repertoire. In medieval Europe, monasteries became centers for herbal knowledge. Monks cultivated herb gardens filled with mint, sage, and even valerian, which were used to treat everything from headaches to insomnia. See, these practices laid the groundwork for Western herbal medicine today. Now let's turn to Africa, where herbal medicine has deep roots. African herbalists or traditional healers relied on plants like hibiscus for hydration, neem for skin health, and kola nut for energy. Herbs were also central practices to childbirthing. Midwives use herbs to ease labor pains and reduce bleeding while promoting healing after birth. The wisdom of African herbal medicine survived the Atlantic slave trade, where enslaved Africans brought their knowledge of plants to the Americas. These practices evolved into what we now recognize as African American herbal traditions. A modern example of this legacy is the work of Dr. Sebi, a Honduran herbalist who promoted plant-based diets and alkaline herbs for detoxification. You may have heard of him. Dr. Sebi's teachings, though controversial, have inspired many to explore the healing potential of plants, including myself. As we've seen, herbal medicine is deeply intertwined in the evolution of modern medicine. Many of the pharmaceuticals we use today are derived from plants. For example, did you know aspirin comes from willow bark? And the chemotherapy drug Vistacrine is derived from the Madagascar periwinkle? Herbs are not just remnants of the past. They are living tools for healing. And by honoring their history and using them wisely, we continue a legacy that has been passed down through generations. Thank you so much for joining me on this short journey through the history of herbal medicine. If today's episode inspired you, visit me at herbalisticwellness.com to learn more and explore our herbal products. Now, don't forget to subscribe to Herb and Soul Podcast before you leave on either YouTube or YouTube Music, and share with your friends. Let's keep the legacy of herbal medicine alive and thriving. Until next time, Herbies, stay rooted, stay balanced, and stay well. Don't forget to subscribe to receive your notification on our next episode, including the history of herbal medicine. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me in the Contact Us section of my official website at herbalisticwellness.com. You can also subscribe on our main page to stay in the loop and become an official herbalist. See you next time.